I wanted to talk about beliefs and believing in yourself. Long story short, I remember a couple of barbers was telling me once I leave the plaza up there uptown, they told me, yo, a lot of barbers, even as good as me, left and they never succeeded. And so it's best not to leave the plaza. The great barbers. And I said to myself, really? That's what you believe? You believe that if you leave the plaza, so you're basically stuck, you're a slave. I'm not nobody's slave, and I don't subscribe to nobody's beliefs and fears. I go get mines, and I get mines how I'm gonna get it. And I'll go to the extreme because I'm an extreme person. I have different beliefs in myself. I believe that wherever I go in life, I'm gonna succeed if I just believe in myself and put myself in position to excel and put the pedal to the metal. So believe in yourself. Trust me, it goes a long way. The reason why I'm breaking it up like this is because I just want to put 3 videos together so you could get an understanding of what is going on, because everything is holistic. First, you have to believe in yourself because you are responsible for your reality, meaning that in these days and times, we as a people, we are responsible for what's going to happen in the future. Like, we can't sit there and wait for the government to tell us what to do and to dictate what is going to happen because of what they have going on with themselves. I believe that they have certain things going on that we don't know about, so they want to keep us in a certain place mentally and physically. So remember, if we don't work or if we don't do things for the system will crumble. The system has to come down and we have to rebuild it back. We have to take the system in our own hands and make it work for ourselves, because the system is going to always be there if we're there and if we're workers. We can't have people telling us that we're what's essential and what's not. I'm a barber. Barbering is essential. That's a very, very essential job because people need haircuts. They need to feel good. They need to look good. And you can't let people sit around and tell you what your job is. How dare they? Like, if you feel that your job is essential, it's essential. It's that simple. You can't let people dictate your reality. You are responsible for your reality. My reality is mine. Like, when I wake up and these days, like, my whole mental is different. I believe in myself so much now, more than before, because I had to go through a lot of things. These last 2 years, I went through so much pains, so much disappointment, but I survived. And through that survival, they say, what don't kill you make you stronger, right? So these days and times, we can only build up strength. So when we build up the strength, we need to take back the system and put it in our hands, the people, not the government, the people. The people need to have control of the system once it crashes, and we have to make it crash. If it don't crash, we have to make it crash by staying home and not working at all and let it crumble. And if we work for ourselves. We go get the money for ourselves. Barbers, you need to work. Not all of you guys. If you scared and you don't want to go out there, cool, stay your ass at home. But barbers that want to work, put your stuff on, whatever you got to do, and go get your money. Because they're not stopping no bills. Bills got to get paid. A motherfucker can't tell me to stay home and I got to pay rent. What I'm going to tell my landlord? So I got to go out and get what I got to get. Because my landlord ain't saying, yo, the rent, you don't worry about the rent, bro. Just stay home. Be safe. Nobody's saying that. That's why all this stuff is nonsense. You can't tell people to stay home and then tell them that their bills are still due. No, you just cancel all the bills. If you want people to stay home, the government needs to cancel all the bills. That's why you know that this system is not made for you. And you have to bring it down and make it work for you by controlling it yourselves. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if this is going over your head, because a lot of y'all don't know how to think. You know, y'all thinking of the things that y'all used to do so much that y'all not using your brains. That's why I broke this thing into a 3-part.
There's no such thing as a conscious black person or a woke person or conscious community. All that stuff is another distraction. It's another smoke screen. It's another divide and conquer tactic. Because no other people, I don't go to any other cultures, white cultures, Chinese cultures, etc., where they saying this part of the community is conscious and this part of the community isn't. We're the only race that does that. We separate ourselves from every different thing. These conscious is either you doing it or you don't. It's either you're practicing group economics or you don't. It's either you're with your people or you're not. There's no I'm woke, I'm conscious. All that stuff is irrelevant. When you start putting yourself in different categories, that's when you go wrong. There's no such thing as a woke community. There's no such thing as I'm conscious or conscious community. Stop all that nonsense. Because when I go in other communities, I don't see them talking about this person is woke, this person is not. It's either they're doing or they're not. That's it. That's it. There's no way around it. We like to label ourselves and put ourselves in these boxes, and we're not getting nothing done because everybody's in these categories and everybody's pointing fingers. I'm woke, but he's not. Yo, he ain't conscious. Yo, look at the stuff he wears. All that stuff don't mean shh. Pardon my language, but all that stuff don't mean shh. It's either you're practical or you're not. It's either you're doing or you don't. Stop labeling each other and just move. If you're not going to move, you stay back. If you're going to move, you move. I don't care. I don't want to hear no more labels. This person is that. This person is that. It's either you're doing for your group or you're not. That's it. That's two things. Simplify this whole thing and stop this nonsense, man. That's one of our problems. We're not playing the game right. Everybody's so caught up into what piece they are on the board. Everybody's caught up in what label they are and not even making moves. You ain't even making moves on the board, but you're worried about what you are. Come on, man. Critical thinking. These are critical thinking times, man. Don't label me nothing. I'm not anything. I'm not conscious. I'm not woke. I'm not anything. I'm just practical. I'm making moves. I'm doing what I have to do. I'm serving my purpose. I'm helping my community. That's it. It ain't no label to that. Look me in your eyes. Where are you? Right there? You're right there? You're right there? Don't study the game tape, man. You don't see the game, it's right in front of you. You don't see the chessboard. You don't see the deck of cards. You don't see the checkerboard. You don't see it. Whatever you want to see it as, that's what the game is. But just know you're being played. You're being played on a high level by professionals. Professional game players, professional masters, professional deceivers, professional scammers, professional hustlers, professional government agents, professional people. You're being played every day on a day-to-day basis. Every single day they playing you. And they just seeing where your mind is at, man. People just seeing where your mind is at. The creators of the game just seeing where your mind is at, and they want to see how far you go. How far they can manipulate you, how far they can control you, how far they can send you over that cliff. Well, because it's not no far, because once you go over the cliff, you go over the cliff. But they're going to see it that they could lead you over the cliff. So just understand you're being played. Look at the game. You don't see the game? I see that player about to be moved. He's going to move that. Not only do I see the game, and I studied the game tape, but I see the next move as they come. My vision is a little different. I told y'all my vision was clear in 2017, but I didn't understand what I was saying until now. I can see it. I saw